SofTappers. Today we are talking about a fun and sort of salacious topic, and that is professionalism and permanent makeup.
That's right. We're going to talk about keeping it classy, people. Okay. For you, with your clients, even if they're like a little out there, dare I say, we're going to talk about like some wild cases that we've been through, and maybe when to put up with some of the nonsense and when to fire. And when to fire a client.
When do you fire a client? Where are your boundaries?
We see a lot of clients getting fired these days. So
yeah.
Who deserves it?
And also these days, everybody is probably rightfully so protecting their peace in their life and pruning things that are negative, right? That's very important to people. I understand that.
But we're doing a business here.
You gotta eat too.
You're a working person, so you might need to put up with some nonsense.
A little bit.
That's what I think. Well, we'll see.
I mean, look, that's how we were raised. We put up with
right? Because I had to put up with you, so I had to put up with a lot of nonsense.
What? I was first. I put up with you.
I guess that's probably true.
No,
I am the cuckoo. I am the cuckoo one.
Oh, you're ridiculous. Let's talk about the thing. What are we talking about?
So I want to talk about first when we would reject a client, but a new client, okay? They're not your client yet. Maybe you talk to them on the phone, or maybe they've come in for a consultation.
Sure.
And they're like, you're getting some, maybe not red flags, yet yellow flags. You're kind of like, you got like kind of a weird attitude going on there. Why are you bringing me 10 pictures that are all different of like your eyebrow inspiration?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so like, what about that client? A client who comes in and they like think they know what they want, but they're like they don't know what they want. Reject?
No, accept. I accept. Because, because everything that we do is custom to your face anyway. So even if you bring 10 different pictures in of 10 different people, they're not you.
So what if they have like, they bring in, they have like a very makeup ombre eyebrow, and then they're also like, but I want nano brows.
I mean, you can do it, but you keep it kind of light there. You have to work with them a little bit. They have an idea. They're like, I just want to look like the best version of myself. And look at all these people who look like the best versions of themselves.
I think that's it. They're just like, these ladies look fabulous. I want to look fabulous.
I want to feel good.
And you just like draw something on them that looks amazing, and they don't even care about any of their inspiration photos anymore.
Usually that's what happens.
Yeah, I think that's what the case is
exactly.
too. So maybe don't reject the person who's like a confused person.
They're searching.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Or like somebody who comes in with like some drawn on eyebrows that they're like, I've been doing this for the last 15 years. This is my look. I love it. And they are nonsense.
I've seen some of those. I know someone like that. And I'm like, but she's a friend though. And I'm like, oh, I hope you don't call me, because
I am not doing that.
I don't want to do that shape. But luckily, over the years, I think she's tapered them down a little bit and made them not so high. But
if they came in like that and they were like, I want it just like this, reject?
I would say no.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't fit them and it looks like crazy.
But would you try? Would you be like,
yeah, I would try.
You'd be like, oh, you know what I think would look a little bit better on you, because like you have the most beautiful eyes, right?
Yeah.
And I really think that like this, if we brought it here, that would really bring out your gorgeous eyes.
Exactly. Or maybe not such an opaque look. Maybe you can go, a little higher than you should, but maybe keep it all like iconic hair strokes, because it's more of like a trendy
It's a good strategy.
Because iconic won't change color, and when it goes, it'll eventually fade away. It's like really semi-permanent in my opinion. It lasts a couple of years, really good, and then you get a clean slate. So if you got something a little bit against your wishes, then you can do that, and there's no consequences.
So maybe don't reject that person either, but try and like motivate them to not do maybe exactly what they want. But you got to be careful too, because like those clients, sometimes I feel like they get like massive brow shock.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not what they're used to. Even if what you did is like eons better than what they've been drawing, they're just so not used to it. They go home, they have these beautiful, perfect eyebrows, but they're not what they wanted. And then they panic. They scream emergency removal. They're like, this is the worst. My life is horrible.
That would never happen to me.
Not to you, but
not to me, not to many of my colleagues, not to you. It wouldn't happen. But let's say it did, somebody went home and they're like, oh, they're worried about it. Then we work with them.
Yeah.
I can change things.
Okay.
You know, so
don't reject that one either.
No.
Okay. How about the client that's, they're shopping.
They're shopping for an artist?
They want the best price.
Oh.
They want the best work for the lowest price.
You can't afford me. No. I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. That client?
No. I still work with people. Okay, I still work with people. Maybe you give a little bit of discount for cash. Maybe you give a little bit of a promotional deal during the holidays to get them to come in.
That's a good idea.
Maybe you give a discount if they bring their sister with them.
Or you could just say like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not offering any promos right now, but
yeah, I always do it during
there you go.
XYZ season.
Give them a time, be like, I could put you on my list, give you a call, send you an email when I'm having my promo price. Would that work for you?
Exactly.
That way, if they're just fishing, then they could come to you now for full price, or if they really want, they can wait. Yeah. And you can catch that fish, man. Yeah. That's great. So even on that sense too, what you could do as a smart little artist is you could go and do kind of an event every once in a while, like a holiday kind of event, run like an open house or something, and then offer discounts to new clients. And you can, maybe gather up some of those people who were interested before. So I still would not reject a bargain hunting client either. No, I wouldn't either. There's a time and a place, man. It's okay. I've always found that the bargain hunters too, they seem to refer like the most people. They do, because they did their research. And they're like, man, I got a great deal. You're going to love this lady. And they don't always try and get the people that they refer to also get the same deal. I think they like having the best deal. So they're not going to let their friends have the same deal. But they want their friends to have a great artist. So they'll refer those friends. So you might actually end up with a lot more just by, and I'm sure that, accepting that. We're not the only ones that have experienced that, but you work on one member of the family and they're so happy they bring auntie, then they bring sister, then they bring other auntie. And referrals are huge. They're so amazing. I know. You get to know everybody. It's just awesome. So that's one of my favorite things. So maybe don't reject those clients that are lowballing. Are we seeing a trend here? Yeah. Are we seeing a trend? Yeah. So far we're at don't reject. Right. Okay. So what about somebody who comes in and they got a bad attitude? Like it has nothing to do with like the style they want. I had one lady, it was her mother-in-law that came in. She referred her mother-in-law, and she kind of, when she referred her, she's like, oh, can I send my mother-in-law to you? I was like, yeah, why not? And her mother-in-law comes in. Oh my goodness, this woman, she needed to release the bitterness in her life, but not on me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That happens sometimes. You work on clients and it is their appointment. Okay. But they can unload on you sometimes. Yeah. And so that's kind of what this lady had done. She had sort of a negative attitude and it affects you when you work on people. So myself, I don't like that, but I still won't reject. I think there was one time that I had rejected somebody when they were a new client, and it was because of an attitude issue. They came in at a totally different time than the appointment time. And they were convinced that that was their appointment time, right? The appointment was at like 2 and they came in at like 1:15. And I was like, no, your appointment's not till 2. So, I've got somebody else. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll take you at 2. And she was like, no, we scheduled it at 1:15, which first of all, I never schedule anybody on the quarter of the hour. So not my mistake, but that's okay. I was very professional. I'm like, totally get it. I'm sorry that happened, but I'm busy right now. So if you would like to, you can come in at 2. Well, she never came in at 2. So bad vibes there, but that's fine because it was going to be a problem. It's okay. That one was going to be a problem. Yeah, it's okay. So blessing in disguise there. Sometimes maybe those kind of clients who are like, no, they'll get out of their own way for you. Yeah. So that's a very good thing. But you can reject that kind of client yourself too. You just have to be firm, but maybe not like a reject. It's just like you have to like stay in line with what I need to do for my business and I'll take care of you. And if that doesn't work for you, then that's it. I'm not the artist for you. I deal with, we deal with sourpusses and stuff all the time. It's okay. Everybody has those days. So you know what? You just be professional, do the service and let them go. Yeah. That's all. Don't let them run the show. No, you can't let them run the show. Yeah. But you do it in a very professional, polite way. Yeah. And try and work with them. Don't be this lady, the kind of lady, the Karen lady. That's just, I know. You're like not allowed to say Karen anymore.
Especially at our age. I'm approaching 40. I should be offended.
I know so many Karens that are like the sweetest ladies ever. So it feels bad to say that. But
poor Karens, they're misunderstood. They just have high anxiety and they're trying their best to corral this world. Well, maybe. I would just guess that they would, but anyway.
Yeah. That's okay. So you don't want to be that lady though. You don't want to be that kind of lady. Even if your client is being that kind of a lady, you have to hold yourself to a higher standard.
You set the tone.
Yeah.
Okay. You set the weather. Suit.
Don't follow suit.
No, you set the weather. It's the same thing in any situation. You set the weather. Your attitude changes everything.
Yeah.
So if you can manage them with a great attitude and a great atmosphere, you absolutely should. But there are cases where you should say no. I remember that our mom, she had somebody that was late to her appointment. And she called her because she couldn't find the place and she was swearing on the phone.
Oh my God.
And she was like, I can't believe this. Should we reschedule? Finally, she came in and she walked in and Alexis was just like, I am sorry. I don't think I'm the artist for you.
Yeah.
And she cut it off right there.
I mean, that's the polite way to do it, is just to be like, I'm not the artist for you.
I'm not the artist for you. I don't think that we are going to see eye to eye on the shape and on the color. I can give you some referrals, but it's not a job that I can take right now. And that's a very polite way to,
yeah, what can they say to that? No, you better do my permanent makeup. I've heard people who have had to call the police to get people to come out of their salons.
My goodness.
Pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so
we've never had anything even remotely.
I guess if that would happen, then call the police.
What's funny though, speaking of scams and stuff, do you remember during the really big microblading deal when there were special spam things going around where people would be like, I have 5 clients for you. I'm going to show up at 1:00 on a Saturday. Do you what kind of credit card terminal do you have?
Oh my God.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember that.
It was weird. So you get a weird vibe like that. Just ghost them,
Yeah.
That's strange.
Maybe wait to respond see if they contact you again.
Yeah.
Before you respond to them. Yeah. Something that seems fishy.
Yeah.
Reject from the start and then just see if they come back to you, because
you need some reassurance. They usually won't
if they're scammy. Yeah.
So speaking of other things in the fishy line of things, what's next?
So firing a client, an existing client. I see this happening so much on social media. I see a lot of artists that encourage other artists to fire clients all the time. And it kind of rubs me the wrong way, to be honest,
Well, that's because that's who we are. We get up and we do it.
Yeah.
It's a service business. You have to have leeway.
Yeah.
You have to be professional. What kind of,
That's the way I feel about it too. But I think that the thought behind it is just this client is causing you a lot of mental
trouble,
distress, they're messing up your schedule. They're
and when is enough
picky.
Enough? Yeah. When is enough enough? There is a limit and you must protect your peace.
Yeah.
Okay. There is.
So somebody who is just chronically late, always 30 minutes late to their appointments.
I usually just factor that into my scheduling. I'm just all right, fine. I'm going to schedule it for a half hour.
Or when they come in, if you really can't make it for them, you say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You're late. I've got another client coming in a little bit. I can maybe do this much for you today, but I will not be able to do all of what you want. Do you want to reschedule?
Sure.
And then just give them the option for that instead of just completely
firing nobody
them.
Wants to rush a tattoo.
No, you're oh, you want me to go really fast? I'll just do
let me do this bunny real quick.
$500.
All done.
Yeah, maybe not that, but
the
constantly late person, I think that there's ways to work around somebody who's constantly late. I don't think you need to fire somebody who's like that. Maybe I was talking to our mom and she said that something for somebody chronically late is make them your last appointment of the day.
Yeah.
And don't have something at the end of the day that you have to get to for that particular client. If you've got your Wednesday nights open and you've got that one lady who's just always late, make her your last appointment on Wednesday. And then it doesn't matter if she's late. You just take care of her. The stress is off of you. Don't tell her that that's it, but the stress is off of her too.
Yeah.
Everybody can be happy.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's ways to work around it.
It's a win-win-win.
A win-win-win. Okay, how about somebody who doesn't show up, who just, they have an appointment over and over and over again.
And they no-show, then I stop calling them.
Yeah.
That's what I do. You go to the bottom of my list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's a good way to do it.
And that usually happens for me in a little bit more of like a training situation, because it doesn't usually happen if you have like the professional clients that are coming for the professional service, because that's usually a little bit more big ticket item. It's more critical for them. They're going to show up to their appointment.
Yeah.
Sometimes with student models, you're going for the cheaper price. They're like, I don't really want to go.
They might be nervous.
Yeah. Understandable sometimes. Yeah. So sometimes they no show. Yeah. So they go to the bottom of my stack.
Yeah.
So I don't call them next time,
unless you have to.
Lady.
Yeah.
There are many, many people who are excited to get their work done.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be rude about it, but if they string me along for a while, I'm not going to reach out anymore. I'm going to let them reach out.
When
and
they're
eventually
ready.
They'll show up.
But you're not going to reject them if they decide that they want to reach out again, right?
No.
You're not going to fire. When they do reach out, let's just say,
Am I a pushover? I don't reject anybody.
They no-show like 3 times. And then you're like, okay, fine. Bottom of my list. I'm not going to call you. You call me. You don't say that to them, but that's what happens. And then they call you in like 3 months and they're like, oh, okay, I want to get on your books. Do you say, oh, I'm so sorry. Like you didn't show up for 3 times. This is against my policy.
Are you kidding?
I can't take you.
I would never say that.
People are doing that. There are artists that do that.
You don't do that.
Dentists are doing that now too. If you don't show up for your dentist appointment,
they're going to give you a piece of their mind.
Yeah, you get a letter and they're like, we're so sorry, but you can't, you're not welcome here anymore.
Oh.
Like, oh,
my teeth.
Same thing with the eyebrows. So, oh no.
Oh, my eyebrows. Yeah.
But I love you.
Exactly. And that's okay. They will come when they're ready. Yeah. But hey, here's a little thing that you can do. If they call you again, you'd be like, oh my God, girl, I'm so sorry. But that was my last appointment for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
I don't have another opening until January.
Yeah. And you can also do, you could require maybe a deposit.
You could, if it continues to happen, be like, girl, I'm too busy. I have people waiting. Yeah. But if you don't have people waiting, why cause the distress to someone?
Yes,
it's unkind, in my opinion.
Yeah, but if you're scheduling out that time that another client could have had and you're losing money because this client is no-showing, then just require a deposit or maybe tell them like,
schedule them farther out and they will show up. Yeah. Eventually their brows will be so faded that they'll be like, I will make it to this appointment.
That's true. Yeah. They'll be ready.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what about a client who's like, we kind of talked about it from the initial appointment, but now somebody who keeps coming in and they want you to do something progressively more and more and more outside of your comfort zone. So you start out, you're like, okay, let's go conservative, like on your eyebrows at first, let's say. And then the next time they're like, oh, I really want them like a little closer together. And you're like, okay, well, all right, we'll go a little closer together. And then the next time they're like, I want them like bigger. Sofia Vergara bigger.
Yeah. I love it. But if that's not your face shape and what you're born with, it can look a little funny. So what you do is you try to, get them to go to a more conservative shape, maybe than what they want up there. But I used to have a lot of like worry about that because I'm like, oh my God, if I come in and I do these frontal, like the hair strokes here, they're going to, when they fade, do I have to correct something over time?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Especially using the iconic line because it doesn't leave a residue.
It's so forgiving.
So that's a game changer.
That's
but in the
key,
past, if I was using something, that would leave a residue that could change over time, then I would be nervous because I would be like, okay, they're beautiful hair strokes now, but are they going to blur out and fade? And do I have to correct it later? And then suddenly the shape has to be this thickness for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
That is stressful.
Yeah.
So
because your name is on it.
I would not do it.
Yeah. People talk about that all the time too. Like now you're putting your name on it.
Yeah.
Like this thing that is maybe not the best look.
Right. Especially corrections too, So Yeah.
So maybe then you have to fire. Well, maybe you do have to fire a client that wants something like that. That you know is not going to look good.
Oh, you're right. There are limits. Yeah, there are limits. I'm sorry, I can't do a Frida eyebrow for you. It's just not
permanently.
It
doesn't look good. You can pencil that in.
Yeah.
I'm only willing to go this far. If you want somebody else, you can look for another artist that can go that far.
That's important. You got to protect your reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the time I won't fire. I wouldn't fire. I would just say no. Like, I can't go in that far. It's not going to look good.
Yeah. You're welcome to come to me for what I'm willing to do. But if that's not good enough, then you can go somewhere else.
Yeah. But that being said, I'm more flexible nowadays because of the iconic line. I could do some kooky stuff, and in a couple years, it'll be a blank slate for me.
Yeah.
So I don't have that worry anymore.
Yeah.
But if I'm using, the original line is a little bit more permanent, a little bit more, but they're about the same, honestly. But some carbon-y colors and stuff, you should be more careful with what you're doing. If you're using a carbon color, you better
just not. You want to do something that can really fade out and still look as natural as possible. The shape of it should be good.
You don't want to be trapped into a thicker shape because you went bigger because the client wanted you to. Eventually, they're going to have these really big eyebrows. It's not going to look good.
So maybe that would be like a soft fire.
A soft fire, like, I can't do this for you.
But I think on that note, like, you should never maybe tell somebody, well, I don't know about never, but not tell a client that you're not welcome here is what I'm trying to say.
I would never do that.
Yeah.
Well, we would never do that.
Unless they were like personally insulting, unless they came into your building and they were like, you a bleep and bleep, 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 bleep. You'd be like,
that's like a special situation.
You're not welcome here.
I don't think that happens most of the time.
I don't know. It can happen.
I suppose so.
You'd be like, get out. That is it.
I have a funny story for you. When I was a new artist, I had a lady come in and she became my friend and she was nice and everything. But eventually she wanted a lot of appointments, a lot of tweaks and stuff. And she didn't want to pay me for them. So do you remember this lady? She brought me fish.
Oh, she tipped you with fish.
She tipped me with fish.
I love that story. Makes me laugh so much because we ate that fish afterwards, which we probably shouldn't have. But that was the funniest way to tip somebody. It was like,
she was
I don't know if this is
fishing over the weekend. Here's an ice box with some of the fish I caught. I was like, thanks. And then she waltzes out of her appointment like, I don't owe you anything. And I was so stunned.
She just left. You're like, wait, but where's my money?
I know. She just left me with a box of fish.
See, that's somebody that you make pay up front next time.
Yes. Yeah. So I wish her well wherever you are.
Yeah.
But, it did make me laugh and it did make me think, okay, you need to be a little upfront with your clients before the appointment. Be like, this appointment will be $75.
Yeah, maybe you need like a big sign on your wall in the background.
I don't accept fish as payment.
Only that one time.
There was another lady I had, and she's a wonderful lady. I love her. But right before her lip appointment, she went to get pizza, and of course, she had the garlic salmon pizza.
Why?
And then she had a cigarette after.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I had work on her lips, and I was like, oh. Walk with me, Lord, help me. So I made it through with I double masked, and I was like, oh my God. Man.
Oh, I remember you double
that?
masking for that lady. That's so funny.
Oh, smokers sometimes.
Man, you put up with a lot. I don't know.
I do put up with a lot.
Maybe I wouldn't put up with as much as that.
I put up with a lot.
You want a Tic Tac?
Yeah.
You want a whole thing of Tic Tacs?
Yeah.
You need them all.
So since then, I keep gum in my drawer. I keep a little gum. And
take one for yourself and be like, one. You want one?
Yeah, if I have the feeling, you get the vibes sometimes, right? You get the vibes. You're like, oh, girl, you didn't brush your teeth.
That strategy, though.
Yeah, I'm going to have you chiclet. You want one?
Yeah, exactly. You know what you're doing. They're like, yeah, I better take one.
Hey, yeah. If somebody offers me mint, I always take one. Always. You never know.
There's a life hack for everybody if you don't know. If you get offered gum or mint, take it.
Take it. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that goes into like my next thing is like being professional too. Like
I don't fire them either.
No, I know firing is hard. I think that
but
try not to fire.
We should talk about the one situation that you really ought to fire, and that's like a scammy person.
Oh, we did have that.
That's hunting. Yeah, she who must not be named.
Yes, she lives in infamy here.
She's there.
Yeah, we don't say her name because I feel like every time we say her name, she pops out.
She's not coming. Okay, we're not saying it. We're not saying it. I'm sure that you fellow artists, you know that. Don't say it.
I know. I'm sorry.
Everybody's going to get a call from that client.
I know. I'm so sorry.
So ours, this lady, she was referred to me by another artist, a local, great
very
lady.
nice artist.
Very nice artist.
We love her very much.
She was like, I have a client for you. Like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So she calls me and then
paid for removal with us, right?
She did.
For this client?
Oh, it got so complicated. Yeah, because the artist paid for removal because she had done something that the client didn't like.
Right.
So I said, okay, I'll do the removal for you and you're going to pay for the client's removal. So we started with that. And then the client said that she wanted a full face.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, okay,
like a full face. She wanted like beauty marks and everything.
Yeah. Brows, eyes, lips, beauty mark, the eyeliner, big tails. Yeah. And there was some corrective work that needed to be done. So it was a really, really big job. So I outlined everything for her. I gave her the cost. And she was like, oh, no, like so-and-so is going to take care of it for me. And she waltzed out. And again, I was so stunned. I was sitting there like, what? So I called the other artist and there was they had an argument over like, who's going to pay?
Yeah, she was like, no, I paid for the removal. I'm not paying for your whole face to get redone again.
Yeah.
So of course the original artist was like, no, I already paid. She paid like over $1,000, right?
It was a lot of work. Yeah. I was working all day.
Yeah.
So anyway, what ended up happening was that this lady was not going to pay for the services. And she expected the previous artist to pay. Yeah. So I was kind of left in the cold until I could figure it out. So luckily I had such a good relationship with the prior artist that she was like, I sent you a problem. I'm really sorry. Let me take care of it.
Wow.
And so she helped me take care of it. And then the lady, she wanted to come back. She's like, my work's not finished. I need this. I need that. And I was like, okay, well, I can do it for you, but you didn't compensate me. But
didn't she also come back and she was like, she said she didn't like what was done too,
it was
right?
Perfect.
I know.
It was great. But yeah,
that was part of the strategy.
It was. She was trying to get money for removal, but she wasn't going to have anything removed.
Right.
So it was not a good thing. She was trying to get something.
Yeah.
So in that case, I wrote everything up. I said, hey, if you want to come to me, you have to pay up front first. Otherwise, I'm not going to take you. So she did that like one time. Then she came back and tried to argue with me and tell me how she wasn't happy.
Yeah.
Needed removal, needed money for removal, and she was going to go to someone else to do it.
Yeah.
And I said, that's okay. You can go to someone else to do it. But in my professional opinion, there's nothing that needs to be removed.
Well, and also you had written it all up. She had signed all her paperwork. Yeah. Like you had a paper trail. So if she wanted to come after you, she had agreed to everything.
Yep.
We had documentation. Something that you can do with somebody that you anticipate being really difficult is you have them hold a sign up in their picture that says like, I love my eyebrows. I love my permanent makeup.
Yeah. Something that our mom would do sometimes if there was a shape that she didn't agree with.
Yeah.
Listen up, ladies. This is a really good tip. Yeah. Okay. If there's a shape that you don't agree with, there's two things you can do. You can write down on the client's file, this is the shape that I want.
Yes.
I approve the shape and have them sign it right there. The other thing you can do is take that and take a picture of them holding it.
Right.
I approve this shape.
Yeah.
You're clear.
You can even have a line in there that says, against my artist's
the professional advice.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just so that way you're totally covered there. If they want to come after you legally for some reason,
it's been established you did not agree.
Picture of them
right there.
I rejected your advice and my own reality of my beauty, which is fine.
It's fine.
But it's not fine if they want to come after you and scam you like this other lady was trying to do.
Yes. So she was fired. I said, I'm sorry. I don't think I can make you happy.
Yeah.
I hope that you can find someone else who can make you happy.
Yeah.
And I let her go.
Yeah.
That was it.
And thank goodness, haven't seen her since.
Goodness. Yes.
Thank goodness. Okay. So what about, these are clients that maybe you're not so friendly with, but what about a client that like you really, really get along with?
I have a lot of those.
Where's the professionalism there? What boundaries do you have?
You got to have some boundaries because if you just listen, it's their appointment. It's not yours.
Yeah.
It's not a psychology session for you.
Yeah.
You're a service person. You're a businesswoman. You have a job to do. Okay. They come in, they need to get their eyebrows done. If they want to talk to you and chat, then
let them.
It's their appointment.
Yeah.
But when they come in, you can't be like, oh my God, I had this and I almost got into an accident this morning. And oh my God, did you hear about that on the news?
Last night I was so sick.
You never do that.
Yeah, I was so sick. I had the worst night.
No.
My husband was so mean to me.
No.
You poor client, you're just like dumping all of this emotional baggage onto them. And they come out of there feeling super stressed out because they're like, oh my God, my poor permanent makeup artist.
And sometimes clients, they're rushing to get to their appointments and stuff. Sometimes they're anxious coming in already because they're like, I wonder how it's going to be today. So any anxiety that you add to them, don't do that. Don't do that.
Let them share, but you don't bring your own personal traumas into the appointment.
So Alexis, she tells me something. She said, here's the mark of how you know that you're telling them the right amount of things. Think about how much your clients know about you and think about how much you know about your clients. Okay. If you know everything about your clients, you're doing a good job and they know nothing about you.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah. I mean,
if your client knows everything about you and like you don't know anything about them, it's a one-sided deal.
But I do think, I don't know, the clients, maybe I feel a little bit differently.
It depends.
There's some clients that just really hit, you're like, man, you are my soul sister.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of those actually.
There is I have one, like I was saying, she's a very good friend of mine. She'll come by the house and she'll drop off some little vegetables and stuff. I love it. I love it. I have so many of them that I just love as humans. They're just wonderful people.
Yeah.
You have to be a little bit careful because you can be like best buddies with someone, but what if best buddies and the eyebrow situation doesn't match? What if your buddy is not really super happy with the way that their work came out, but because you're such good friends, they don't want to like go to someone else or say anything. You end up having somebody who's sort of silently unhappy.
Oh,
right? That would be
hope
bad.
not.
No, I would hope not too. But you have to be professional enough to accept any work that they give you.
Yeah.
So like if you have someone that's a really good friend and they're just like, oh, I just wish this was like that, or that was you, say, oh, come on in.
Yeah.
And I'll take care of it. And look, if it's a little thing and they're a really wonderful client, they've treated you well, give them a freebie every once in a while.
Yeah.
Maybe just to keep them happy if they are your friend, or give them a discount.
Yeah, that's that too. If you get too chummy with somebody, are they going to start taking advantage of you?
They may.
Like for me, you're going to do me for free, right? We're sisters. You're not going to charge me,
right? Of course not. Of course not. But let's say that you wanted a tweak once a week.
And also, my best friend, you have to do for free because
See, it gets sticky there.
And
you
her
end up
mom.
working. Yeah. Right? Yeah. You got to do so-and-so's mother-in-law and so-and-so's,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all good. It's all good. It's whatever you're willing to give. But
that's where you're like, oh, yeah, I have a great referral program where you can get $50 off by referring somebody.
There you go. Yeah. You can go that way too. Yeah. I think it can get almost stickier with a very close friend client than with somebody that you're like, no, I'm putting my boundaries up.
I saw somebody online that was like, oh, one of my really good friends is one of my clients. She's late like all the time. And like, I love her, but this is really affecting my business. What do I do? And I was like shocked by how many people were like, oh, you need to like, if she's your real friend, she wouldn't do that to you. You need to cut her off. Like they were saying
cut her off.
They were saying like as a friendship, end it. Not just as a client.
Whatever happened to talking?
That's what I was like, well, if she's your friend, like you should talk to her. Just be like, girl, you being late is like messing up my appointments.
Messing me up. We're friends,
what time works for you where you're going to get there on time? Let's do that time instead.
Exactly.
And if you're late, like, I'm super sorry. Like, I can't take you. Yeah. That's all.
If you're busy, you say,
please let me know.
I'm sorry. You're my buddy. I don't have an appointment till January.
Yeah. You push them out again. I'm so busy.
You are. Yeah. If you are, that's when you have to do these things. Look, if you're not busy, then
Right. Who cares?
Who cares?
It's your friend. Why are you going to break a friendship? And all the things in this world, that's what really matters. That matters more, I would think. But, you know, maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Everybody got different goals.
I was in the minority that said you should talk to your friend.
You should talk to your friend. What do you do in your relationships? What do you do in your relationships? Do you kick your family to the curb? You kick your spouse to the curb? Or do you try to say, hey, sometimes. I didn't like this thing. Can you do this thing?
Yeah, you should try and communicate first, at least, I think. Yeah, I agree.
Come on, people.
I know, I agree. But
where's the decency?
The one that I really wanted to hit was when you have clients. See, we talk about, we get a lot of clients that refer each other. Mm-hmm. They also, that means they know each other, like in their personal lives. Yes. Okay. So we get a lot of like daughters with moms, mother-in-laws, right? Like you said.
Oh yeah.
Friends. Enemies.
Oh yeah. So the daughter-in-law and the mother-in-law, that was really funny because I saw the daughter-in-law again for her appointment. She's like, so how was my mother-in-law?
Oh, God.
I was like, she was fine. She's like, oh, I'm so glad. She is like so mean all the time. I'm like, whoa, it's all right. It's okay.
Yeah. What do you do when they want to like gossip?
You don't gossip. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's a personal choice that you make in your own life. Do you gossip or not?
I know. I feel like I'm always like really awkward in those situations. They start like talking smack and I'm just like smiling there awkwardly like, yeah. Let me just keep going here on the eyebrows. Tell me more.
Yeah, exactly.
What else can you do? But what if they start getting like mean though, you know?
Well, about their family members?
Yeah.
Like, you just bat it off. Mm-hmm. You know, you're busy, you're working. You don't have to engage in that. Okay, what I like to do is I choose to not engage in negative conversation.
Yeah.
I choose to engage in positive conversation. So if somebody gets negative, I get quiet. I get like,
that's better.
And then as soon as something positive that they say happens, I'm like, that is awesome. That's so amazing.
To be more professional, let them do the talking.
Let them do the
Careful
talking.
with the advice that you offer.
Yes.
Because you're going to put your foot in your mouth like I do.
Well, it's also important to remember what your profession is. Your profession is not the psychologist. Your profession is not a physician. Your profession is not a spiritual leader.
Yeah, but then sometimes things like fall into place. Like we had these two clients that were really good friends and we had no idea, but they had a falling out. A huge falling out. And they really like to come in to be models for our classes.
Yeah.
And so, of course, us not knowing that they had a falling out, we scheduled them back to back so that way they could like see each other.
No, I think it was an accident.
Was it an accident? I thought we scheduled them to come in.
No, we didn't. It was just a coincidence. We scheduled one to come in and we happened to schedule the other one. We didn't know they had a falling out.
Yeah, the one saw the other and the way she greeted her and my face when she greeted her, I was like, is this a friendly?
She marched right up. It was almost like a hen approaching another hen.
God.
Like,
yeah.
It was so funny.
I think she said like, hey,
B word.
B word. And it was like not a friendly B word. It didn't sound like.
It sounded like a challenge in disguise of a friendly voice.
Yeah. And they were like so surprised to see each other.
Yeah.
And then they started like talking and it was definitely like a little bit aggressive.
Yeah.
And I was like standing there like, what's going on?
I guess what happened is they took a cruise together.
Yeah, this story is kind of funny.
And I think like one of them, they didn't wait for the other one to get back to the ship and then it left without her.
She didn't stop the cruise ship for me.
Yeah, she didn't stop the cruise ship for me kind of thing. And then so they had a falling out. We didn't know. Anyway, during the class while we were working on other models,
they sat in the lobby.
And they worked it out.
They did. And then they went to lunch afterwards.
They did.
And then, kind of a sad ending, but not too much longer after that.
Michelle passed.
She passed away. And I remember the other client, she was like, I'm so glad that day happened because it just really, their friendship got rekindled. And she was like, she was just such a wonderful person. And I wish we hadn't have wasted that time that we could have had together. So you know, it had a good ending still, but, you know, sometimes maybe with your clients, even the ones that are, I know it's okay. It was a very special story because it was so funny and they were hilarious.
They were hilarious.
But it also turned out to be, you know, sometimes in permanent makeup, our clients make it's bigger than permanent makeup.
Yeah.
And this was one of those cases where, you know, unknowingly, it just changed their lives for the good. Yeah. And they had a great, I don't know how long it was after they rekindled that friendship.
They had a couple of years before.
But it was a good couple of years. They got together all the time. So it was wonderful.
And we still see the other friend who's still living, and she's wonderful. She always says when she comes that she is reminded of that day and how special it was.
It was special for us too. It's not one we'll forget.
One of my favorites. It was super funny. She came in to start a war.
Oh my God.
She was like,
she was spicy. She was spicy.
I miss her. She was a wonderful soul.
But don't ship your client like your enemies.
No, don't do that. No, don't try
man, these sisters hate each other. I'm going to put them at the same appointment and they can rekindle their relationship.
Yeah, no. Don't try to do things like that. It just happened to work out that way.
It did.
On the same vein, if you have family members that are like maybe feuding or they don't like each other so much.
Which we have.
Stay out of it. Yeah. Just stay out of it.
Take care of each one individually.
Yeah.
Ask them, maybe redirect the conversation if it's making you uncomfortable.
Yes,
They're like, oh, you going to do anything over the summer? You going to go anywhere for Christmas?
Exactly.
You know, stuff like that. And then you don't have to talk about their sister.
Their mom, their sister, whoever it is that's been on their nerves.
That would be better.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to stay professional too.
It's not your business.
No, you got to set a few boundaries there for sure.
You have enough going on in your life. Don't get involved in everybody else's life.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it for all that we have right now. We have so many client stories and setting boundaries, but
we could go on
the story,
and on.
Don't be reject happy. Don't be fire your clients happy. Like, don't be doing that all the time. Try and find a way. It's good for you to work through those challenges. It's part of your job as an artist.
Mm-hmm. And look, in your life, you're probably, I'm not trying to be mean here, but you're probably annoying too. You probably have some stuff that people are tired of putting up with. Everybody has it. Everybody's like, oh my God, she forgot to do this again. Fine. No big deal. But wouldn't you like to be
when
forgiven?
You're not at your best.
Wouldn't you like to be given some grace?
Definitely.
We should
do
all
that for others.
Spread the positivity around, not the negativity.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you guys have any clients that you fired or you rejected,
tell us about
or that you didn't, you know, we'd love to hear those stories too. These are our favorites because we like to work through them for the most part, but I really want to know who's like unforgivable, you know, like our one. So tell us about it.
Pretty much all of us are redeemable. Okay?
Yeah, what pushed you over the edge? Do you regret it? Send it to us. We won't name names, but we might talk about it later, right?
Yeah, we can giggle a bit. It's fun, though.
Okay, well, thank you so much for listening. And until next time, happy tapping!
The information, views, and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views, policies, or official positions of SofTapp Inc. This content is not substitute for proper training, licensing, or official medical advice. Always follow your own local regulations, licensing requirements, and professional judgment. SofTapp Inc. is not responsible for any decisions, actions, or outcomes based on information discussed in this podcast. Thank you for listening.